crucify them just for saying something or having an idea. So we're going to go backwards now. That's what I'm afraid of. That's my concern. It's a slippery slope. Like, how do we determine who we're going to silence?
If all these companies, these competitors, they agreed to shut this guy down, there has to be something wrong, right? There has to be something wrong. If all these companies, Facebook, Twitter, all these social media companies like TikTok, they're all shutting him down. Come on.
Here's the irony.
Come on.
Here's what's funny is that Trump was trying to shut TikTok down.
And he's like, I'll shut you down.
Lucky Boys Podcast.
How do you feel about the major platforms being able to restrict his speech?
With Trump, it's sort of like you have to throw all these like rights out the window almost, because he created this whole like different reality where he's using it to cause damage to our livelihood. So, I mean, honestly, like when it comes to free speech, and I'm proponent for free speech, and we spoke about this like in depth about how comedians say shit and then they get canceled, and I'm like, they're comedians, so what? But when it comes to like a situation where people are getting hurt and you see destruction, I honestly think in Trump's particular case, he's a special animal. Like I can't speak for anyone else, but this guy is, I don't know, man. I think for his particular case, take away his free speech.
Isn't that a slippery slope?
Yeah, it is.
It's very dangerous.
I'm very cautious when I say that.
Because now that they can do that, and and I get it. It's a private company. They're able to do whatever they want. If you don't follow their terms and conditions, I get it. I'm not saying that I'm just the idea of America, that we should be able to speak against our government if we're not feeling it.
Of course.
Right?
Yep.
We should be able to speak against corporations. We should have the freedom. That's what makes America America, that we can voice our opinion and not get arrested for it or death sentence or whatever. We could get canceled. I get that, right? But we should at least be able to express ourselves for better or worse.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
And taking away Donald Trump's ability to do that, doesn't that go against what we stand for as a I shouldn't say as a company, but as a country?
There has to be some.
If we're going to put a filter on him,
there has to be some sort of repercussions to what he did. There's a difference between free speech, where you're expressing your opinions, and there's a difference between inciting and giving instructions to people to cause damage to our livelihood. I mean, there is a fine line, right? But then when I think about like Hitler and World War II, Hitler and the Nazi Party, they fucking used the propaganda to their advantage.
Right.
Okay?
So here's the thing. What if the other side does that though? Right? Wouldn't they be able to push their agenda and promote certain propagandas that are within their interest?
Of course. It's been happening from both sides anyway.
Right. So
to push their agendas.
One of the first steps I've ever seen so many companies did to shut someone down.
Yeah. If all these companies, these competitors, they agreed to shut this guy down, there has to be something wrong, right? There has to be something wrong. If all these companies, Facebook, Twitter, all these social media companies like TikTok, they're all shutting him down. Come on.
Here's the irony.
Come on.
Here's what's funny is that Trump was trying to shut TikTok down.
And he's like, I'll shut you down.
And TikTok shut Trump down.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
It's a bit of irony in life,
Oh,
but that's beautiful. I think it's actually beautiful.
Oh, that's
ironic
poetic.
beauty of it. Yeah.
Isn't that poetic justice?
Yes.
Oh man, crazy stuff, man. I'm not, I want to make it clear, I'm not for spreading hate on social media, but I am for freedom of speech.
Yeah, me too.
And I just don't know where that line is, because I don't want hate to be spread and wrong messages where people aren't properly educated from either side, right? And then the end result is that a lot of people get hurt and could have been easily avoided. I don't know if this is the right thing to do.
Well,
short term, it looks like it's the right thing to do. Short term, it looks like, yo, shut his fucking accounts down. Shut him the fuck up. Look what the hell's going on, right? He only has a few more like days in office, and who knows what the hell he's gonna do. He's so unpredictable. So let's just shut him down, right? That's one. But then it can start down a very slippery slope. Like, oh, let's shut this guy down too. Let's shut this guy down too. And then what are we gonna do? And then now we could put laws into place where people can't, like very loose laws that are vague in their construction or the literature, and start putting people where we can crucify them just for saying something or having an idea. So we're gonna go backwards now. That's what I'm afraid of. That's my concern. It's a slippery slope. Like, how do we determine who we're gonna silence, whose freedom of speech we're gonna take away if they're not breaking any laws?
So you think that Trump didn't break any laws? I mean,
I'm
obviously,
saying I'm no, Trump is.
Yeah.
You know, we both agree, like where we stand on that. But what I'm saying is a slippery slope. You know, because now that we've done this, now we could do something else. We could begin to cancel other people.
Yeah.
And it's already happening. I mean, didn't they do that with Alex Jones, and where they shut down every single one of his social media accounts?
Yeah, because
his interviews,
he was like peddling like false information and disinformation and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, I think there is a slippery slope once you put laws into place to censor people. I mean, censorship. I believe that people will always fight back and to question those censorship laws. I mean, no matter what, it could be like Edward Snowden releasing secrets to the public, you know, military secrets to the public, because the government was spying on us, right? So through our own technology. So there will be people who will counteract that kind of censorship. It's just that, you know, I go back to this case, you know, when you censor a particular person like Trump, I go back to an incident, what happened at the Capitol. The Capitol Police, he was a black man. He's a black man. And when he was running away from those rioters, they were calling him like derogatory names. They were calling them N-word. And so if Trump is the person who incited an incident like that for a person to fear for their life, then he should be canceled. He should be restricted from these platforms. It's a case-by-case basis, I think. But in this particular case, he should be canceled.
Common sense in the short term, that makes incredible sense, right? Yeah. And it seems like it's the right thing to do.
Something has to happen, though.
But in the long term, if we start moving the needle or the goalposts every single time, and we make exceptions, or we get to start picking and choosing on what ideas we want to promote and leave behind, that can become very dangerous within itself as well.
Yeah.
So short-term win, long-term lose, question mark?